Hey guys, welcome to Redraw. I am Nick, and for today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. So for today's video I am going to redraw this image. A few weeks ago I asked my 8-year-old niece to draw me a picture I could use for a video. I wanted to redraw her creativity. So I let her draw two animals and I said she could make them a bit strange. And as you can see, she had drawn an elephant that is quite a different specimen from those you can see in the zoo. This one has two trunks, the blue one and the black one. And she also drew a very large butterfly. It's a really outstanding butterfly because it has purple in it and blue and green. It's really colorful and that's fun about it. But the elephant is going to be a challenge because I haven't been drawing elephants in a while now, so I hope I will do it justice, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's get sketching. So the first thing I do is do a rough sketch of where I want things in this composition. For example, I didn't know where I want to put the elephant at first. Do I want the elephant in the water or do I want it outside of the water like my niece did? These rough sketches are really handy when you don't have an exact image in your head. Like the pose, I didn't know at first how to pose the elephant, and working without references was harder than I thought. Apparently my knowledge of elephants isn't what it used to be. So in the end I got some reference pictures from Pinterest and that made it so much easier for me to sketch the face and get a better body proportions. As you can see, I went with a juvenile African elephant. This is because of the ears my niece drew on the elephant. I thought of it as an African elephant. And the proportion of the smaller elephant is because of the butterfly. The butterfly was so large in the original image, I thought the elephant had to be a bit small as well. Don't get me wrong, the butterfly in the end will be larger than real life butterflies, but I scaled the elephant down a bit and made it a juvenile. And I hope you guys like it, and I hope my niece likes it. I also changed the pose. The original pose had the elephant drinking from the watering hole, but I couldn't work this pose in my illustration. I wanted the elephant to look up at the butterfly, and that would make it impossible to drink from the water directly. So I changed it, and now the elephant is scooping up the water with its trunk and putting it in its mouth. And this is actually the way real elephants drink, not like in the cartoons. But I hope my niece finds this change to be okay. I love drawing insects. I don't do it that often though, but the times I did, I liked the outcome. So I really enjoyed sketching the butterfly for this illustration. To get a better grasp on the subject, I use references again. I can highly recommend using Pinterest for references and using references for all of your artwork. First, it will make drawing so much easier because you can always look at the subject if you don't know how to draw a certain part of it. And secondly, it will show in the end result. My images look so much better when I use references. I used the colors my niece used in her original drawing because I wanted it to be as close as possible, but I dulled down a few of the highly saturated colors though. The blue was just too bright for the elephant, so I used the grayish version of the blue she used. As always, I will start with the base color of the animal. In this case, I used the dulled down blue of the elephant. I go around the whole animal with just one color, and later in the process I will put in details. When I'm done with the elephant, I will do the same with the butterfly, and I will do a first drawing with the background. I wanted the background colored in so I can see the colors of the animals pop off the screen better. You don't always have a great perception of color when you color in a subject on a white background. Colored backgrounds can help you see colors even better. In the end, I will change the background though, so don't get attached to it at this point. After laying down the base colors, I go back in and put in some details. I use a chalky brush most of the time because it gives a bit of a texture to my drawings, which I do like very much, to be honest, and that is why my style is very textured when it comes to drawing creatures and animals. I have different styles though. For character drawings, for example, I can sometimes resort to a lineless style and sometimes to a line-arted style. And I do love cell shading on characters. So that's totally different from this style. But when you know me from Amino, you've probably seen one of my other styles. I switch between them very often. But let's go back to the drawing. I use a darker shade of grayish blue to show where the shadows on the body would be. Using a slightly darker color can give shape to the first blob you put down. After the shadows, I go in with a lighter grayish blue to give the body some extra highlights. This is mainly where the light from the sun and where reflecting light from other objects will hit the elephant and give it its shape. After the first layer of shadows, I normally go in with the second one to exaggerate some shadowy areas. For example, I use a darker shadow for wrinkles and parts that won't see any sunlight at all. And as you can see, the elephant is more 3D now and not so flat anymore as in the beginning. Also, the little casting shadow on the ground helps a lot with this. After the elephant, I focused on the butterfly. I put in blue markings, but I changed it up a bit. I went with a more flowy pattern so it felt more natural, and I think in the end it shows. I really like it. After that, I put in some shadows and I gave the insect a pair of eyes. The texture on the butterfly makes it look a bit scaly, which makes it more appealing for me personally, and I hope you guys like it as well. And it was really fun for me to do the highlights on the veins. I think it makes it pop. So are you guys ready for a background change? Because I wasn't happy with my first idea. So I deleted the whole background and started from scratch. I went with a more hilly, deserty Sahara feel, and in the end I liked it very much so. The water became more of an oasis because of it, and this would explain the beautiful butterfly, and it probably gives the illustration a better story. Speaking of story, we haven't talked about the background of these two animals. So why would this elephant have two trunks? And why is this butterfly so large? Of course, I don't have all these answers because I didn't come up with these two animals. My niece did, and I forgot to ask why. I actually forgot to ask why. So, note to self for future references. Ask before you draw and record your voiceover. Anyway, I imagine that this elephant was cast out because it was different. It has two trunks and the others have just one. It was walking through the desert all alone to find something to drink and eat, and before its eyes this magical oasis appears, and this butterfly is its guardian. It greets the elephant and welcomes it to the magical oasis where the trees provide cover from the heat and the water is delicious and cold. I imagine this magical oasis only appears when needed, and this elephant clearly needed this oasis. And there you have it, the image my niece drew, fully rendered in my own style. I hope you guys liked the end result, and if you did and want to see me draw creatures from other people more often, please let me know by commenting down below and liking this video. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe to my channel. I post content every Thursday, and if you press the notification bell, you will get notified when I do so. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!